And thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. I'm John Huddleston. Mitt Romney entered Super Tuesday on a 5-state winning streak while Newt Gingrich sought some Southern hospitality. Did the biggest day on the primary calendar bring the GOP closer to a nominee? At this hour, the real battle is proving to be in Ohio. Karen Kafa has the latest Super Tuesday results from Washington.
Newt Gingrich bet on more Southern comfort and snagged Super Tuesday's first win.
I'm here, first of all, to say thank you to each and every one of you, because you are the reason we survived every effort of the establishment to stop us.
Gingrich won his home state of Georgia, his first victory since South Carolina in January. Georgia had the most delegates to dole out among the 10 states holding contests. Overall, 419 delegates up for grabs on the biggest day on the primary calendar. Gingrich failed to qualify for the ballot in Virginia, where he resides. So did Rick Santorum. That left it wide open for Mitt Romney, who also put Vermont and Massachusetts in his victory column. But Romney went down to the wire with Santorum in perhaps the most crucial state on the Super Tuesday slate. No Republican has ever won the presidency without a November win in Ohio. Santorum picked up wins in Oklahoma and Tennessee.
We're going to win a few, we're going to lose a few. But as it looks right now, we're going to get at least a couple of gold medals and a whole passel full of silver medals.
Ron Paul sought delegates somewhat off the beaten trail, making a last-minute case Tuesday to voters in Fargo, North Dakota.
Washington is sound asleep. We're on the right track, so make sure they hear our message all the way to D.C.
One of these four candidates needs 1,144 delegates to clinch the Republican nomination. In Washington, Karen Kafa, WVUA News.
And joining us now to talk about what today's primaries mean to Alabama, political analyst Dr. Bill Stewart. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be with you.
We certainly appreciate it. All right, let's break it down a little bit. 3 states for Romney at this hour, 3 states for Santorum. Gingrich, of course, wins Georgia tonight. Your overall impressions of this, Dr. Stewart?
Well, obviously, Romney has come out with the most delegates as far as the results are concerned today. But I think that particularly former Senator Santorum has reason to be proud because, as he said, he has done well in all parts of the country. He did well out in Oklahoma. He did well in Tennessee. Of course, as you know, Ohio is still rated as close to call, but his vote is very evenly distributed. And I also think it's interesting that here in Alabama, in terms of the commercials, most of the advertising that is being sponsored by Romney, it's attacking Gingrich and Santorum. It's not promoting Romney positively. I'm not sure that's going to help Romney here when we vote next week.
I was going to ask you about Alabama. Depending on what happens in Ohio tonight, how big of a factor will Alabama play in the ultimate outcome of the GOP race?
Well, I think if Santorum should come out with a victory in Ohio, that might give him some momentum here. But as you know, Gingrich has been in Alabama today, and I understand he is to be here tomorrow also. I really look to Gingrich to do well here in Alabama, possibly Santorum. But Alabama is ranked as the 7th most conservative state in the nation, or excuse me, the 1st most conservative state, the 7th most Republican state. So I think they're going to support either Gingrich or Santorum over Romney.
Dr. Stewart, we certainly appreciate you coming in tonight, and you're going to be here next Tuesday as well, I understand.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Stewart, thank you very much. And there are some important dates to keep in mind before Alabama's big day. The primary is set for next Tuesday, March 13th. The deadline to register is already passed, but if you are voting with an absentee ballot, you have until March 8th to turn in that application. March 12th is the deadline to turn in the absentee ballots. It's important to note the week of the primary is also spring break for the University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa County, and city schools. If needed, the Alabama primary runoff is set for Tuesday, April 24th. Well, let's change gears a little bit and get a first look at Alabama's home team forecast. For that, here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Hey, Richard.
Hey, John, good Tuesday night to you. Kind of mild out there, not that bad for this time of the year. 59 degrees in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham along Interstate 2059. Got 54 degrees down in Demopolis and Marengo County. Some of the cooler spots like Fayette and Jasper, low to mid 50s in the Sour. And no rain to deal with. Now, we got a lot of cloud cover across the southeast, but no rain happening just yet. Atmosphere simply too dry to support rain over the next couple of days. Now, that does start to change as we approach Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, our Wednesday forecast, 9 o'clock back up to 59, 68 at lunch, and how about 73 tomorrow afternoon. A lot of cloud cover, not going to be completely sunny, but clouds will certainly come and go. A little bit of sun at times, but no chance to rain for a Wednesday, but a good chance to rain over the weekend. I've got the full details coming up in home team weather, so stay with us.
Okay, Richard, thank you. Well, did you hear a loud boom today? We had calls from all over central Alabama asking what it was. Now, we have now confirmed with the Federal Aviation Administration that the military was conducting training flights in the Birmingham Military Operations Area. Viewers from Brookwood and Vance to Alabaster and Clanton all called in and reported loud noises and their homes shaking. The noises were likely sonic booms from aircrafts breaking the sound barrier. The FAA says the training flights will continue tomorrow starting around 1 p.m. Tuscaloosa residents now have a closer look at the proposed Tuscaloosa Forward Plan, and while the overall reaction seems to be mostly positive, some citizens are taking issue with certain aspects, including the city walk and zoning ordinances. Here's WVUA's Travis Leader.
The hot topic at City Hall Tuesday night is the debate on whether the city walk will help or harm the surrounding Tuscaloosa neighborhoods.
They're actually both recreational and economic booms for the communities in which they reside.
I like the original plan a little better because it came from more community input at public meetings.
The city is allowing its citizens to use its smartboard technology so that they can get a closer look at where they are actually zoned in the Tuscaloosa Forward Plan. But some citizens are rather skeptical when it comes to the plan as a whole.
I think the city walk is a compromise that I don't think will work as well because I think more homes will be affected. That goes in somebody's yard. They're not just people on a map, that's somebody's yard.
And another issue facing residents in the new zoning areas is not only how they build their own homes, but how people are allowed to build on surrounding lots.
We have to watch after the tornado destroyed so much property, how that redevelopment occurs.
And Stowell believes it will take patience to produce proper results.
The ideas of zoning, which include some multifamily units, rentals in fairly high density, are a good idea as long as they're very carefully planned.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
The mayor, some city council members, and the Tuscaloosa Forward staff took questions along with face-to-face conversations. The city allowed residents to leave off written comments on the proposal. Well, a three-peat in any sport is rare, but the Pickens County boys basketball team has built what many would consider a dynasty. Today, the Tornadoes and their supporters gathered to celebrate their third consecutive title, and WVUA's Lyndsey Price was there.
Big for a high school group. We got seniors that's got 3 rings, so that's pretty impressive.
It's the best feeling I ever had in my whole life.
It's a basketball school, in my opinion.
Many people would have to agree with Pickens County senior basketball players LaJuan Doss and Nicholas Stewart after winning their 3rd straight state championship in a row. Players and coaches credit the team's success to their knowledge of each other's skills.
Both offensively and defensively is uncomparable to anywhere else I've ever been. It's unbelievable at the movements and the motions that they have with each other on the floor together. It's very impressive.
We play AAU ball together. We've been together since the 6th grade, so we got that chemistry. We know what to do. We actually know what the other person's thinking.
What advice do the senior players have for the guys that will be fighting for the big number 4 without them?
Put your team first, hard work, practice, dedication, you should get back there.
We work hard at practice, we do this stuff that make team better.
We unbeatable then. We did 3 times in a row back to back. I mean, I believe they can go for their 4th one this year.
Hall says the guys on the team don't just help him on the court, but also off the court.
Without some of the guys on our team, the stuff I did, I mean, I'd be in trouble, but so I got so many guys that care about me on the team, so we just stay occupied.
The senior boys try to teach me their secrets to shooting free throws.
Well, they gave me a couple of chances, but obviously I need to brush up on my basketball skills. Reported in Pickens County, Lyndsey Price, WVUA News.
Repeat.
Yeah, keep working, Lyndsey. And the Tornadoes defeated Cedar Bluff 70-59 in the championship game.